I look small. What's that much, y'all? It's your boy King One, the biggest stepper to ever fucking do it. Here to talk about my new project called Next. First thing I want to get off my chest is that this project literally came from a place just solely from my heart. There was not one serious day in the studio when we made this project. So don't go looking for some deep hidden meanings. The deepest part about this project is the intro and just what the project means to me. Other than that, every song is something goofy, something silly that I just did, kind of off of the dome. So you're getting everything in its rawest form, I would say. But yeah, I'm really proud of this project. I really love this project. But with all that being said, let's get into it. The first song on the project is not a song, it's the intro. It's called Next. It's a spoken word from Lady Vivian Jacobs, who is a wonderful, wonderful preacher. When I first heard this, when I first started creating this project, actually, I had a whole nother idea and vision for it, and we was going with that. And I was kind of in this between what it was and what I was creating versus what it is now, what I ended up creating. It's kind of in this middle section of just having like total freedom to just go in the studio and just create something. At that time, I had 4 songs officially. I have recorded like maybe 12, 13 songs, something like that, and I ended up 4 of them was very like, okay, I'm sticking with these 4. I was in this in-between state, and I heard her say these words, your next is calling you. And at that time, I did feel like I was in this place of just being stuck in this cycle where it was like, I move one way, and I'm here, I move another way, and then I'm here. It was like I go up, and then I get the same results. And then I go up, but still get the same results. And then I go up, and I still get the same results. And I could just hear like my next, pretty much. I'm very in tune with my spirituality. I'm very, very heavy when it comes to, I don't like to use the word religious. I'm very spiritual when it comes to my faith in Jesus Christ. So it was just very like, I'm being pulled over here, but I'm not moving. You can just feel this tug, but I wasn't being moved, if that makes sense. And it kind of just processed in my head after a couple of days of just like, if you want something different, you gotta move different. You can't do the same thing thinking you're gonna get different results, because that's not how life works. What ended up happening was I heard that, and I was like, bam, I'm using that as my intro, and I'm gonna call my project Next. And what ended up happening, I went to the studio maybe like a week later, and I was like, what is the goofiest beat you got? And we kind of went through the package that we had, and I ended up hearing a couple of songs, and literally from there, everything just kind of flowed. It went different just because my writing process started getting different, because I started thinking different. My life ended up moving different. Instead of hanging around the people and being around what I was around, I ended up hanging around some new people, getting different perspectives. Obviously, I moved to Houston as well, which kind of did help out a lot as well, just because I wasn't in the place I was in before. And moving on to a new sector of life, and that it just felt like it was just like this weight lifting off my shoulder, and this breeze just kind of came in, and I kind of just rode with it. Next song is, well, I guess the first song is called Teriyaki. And that, I love a good, obviously I was born in '96, so a lot of the music that I grew up like as a child listening to was very like 90s and early 2000s, prime time music, I would say. And that beat, when I first heard that beat, it just gave me like a resemblance to Timbaland back when he was like heavily producing everybody's tracks back then. And I've always wanted to work with Timbaland, so shout out to Royal Ocean who produced that track. When I heard that beat, it kind of gave that how Pharrell Williams, his beats knock like 4 times before the beat starts. It gave that, and then the beat itself is kind of like Pharrell and Timbaland both produced the track. I just remember when it was finally done, we was in there, we probably replayed it like 4 or 5 times, just in there, just bopping like, you know, at first I didn't even like it. When I first did it, I was like, this is definitely not happening. It wasn't even supposed to end up on the project at all. But we was just in there, just when it was finally done, we was in there bopping because it was so much going on when the song was done. And we was just like, this is actually kind of fresh, this is kind of different. Next track, which was the first single on the project, Lap Dance. That song was super, super fun to me. Again, it wasn't that time, it was a serious day in the studio. Like, we was really like crafting and plotting. And so we had got 3 songs done. And at that point, I was like, let's just do something dumb. Like, you know, we was going through. Finally, we get up on this beat. I saw on the computer, when I was looking at it, it said Lap Dance was kind of like the name of the beat, I guess. I was like, what if I flipped that song Lap Dance and they kind of like turned around and like flip it? I'm like, yeah, what did he say? Slim waist, pretty face, ass so fat I need a lap out. We started cracking up because that wasn't the words at all. And so I hopped in and I recorded it. And all I remember is I couldn't remember what he said in the real song at all. So I just kind of ran with it like slim waist, pretty face. I said hair done, no lace. And before I could even get to the lap dance part, we stopped the track and we started cracking up. Like, what did you just say? I don't even know, keep it though. And it was super, like, it was like a real, like, just, it was super, super funny. And when we first heard it, we was like, we're not gonna put this out nowhere neither. I ended up, my first show in Houston, I debuted it. And it actually was super, super popular to the point where they started requesting me to do shows and perform their songs. So I was like, I guess. So when we saw how popular it was, we kind of capitalized off that, and that's how it became the first single. Hemp Walk, one of my favorite tracks on this project. Hemp Walk actually came, that was a whole freestyle. It wasn't, like I said, it wasn't all of these songs. Nothing was very serious. At that time, you know, well, I won't say at that time, it's all the time, but my dearest friend, Debbie, I love, y'all know her as D the Artist. I love talking music with her. And I just felt like it was about time that we've always talked about doing a song together. We have a couple that we never released. And I just gave it to her. I was like, you know what, we need to do something, and it has to get put out. And I already was set on this song not just being on the project, but being a single for the project. I was like, this gotta happen. And I was like, who better than to bug D about this damn song? I sent it to her. It took her forever to send it back. I was pissed. Probably just because I'm very impatient and I'm ready for the next thing whenever I'm doing anything. When it was done, I was like, this is actually a dope ass song. I have to keep this. That's my baby. That one actually, I don't know what possessed me to write, sing anything with this song. I don't know what came over me. I don't know what happened, to be completely honest. I just remember hearing the beat and I laughed because I started thinking of the song in my head. I started cracking up and they kind of like paused it and they looked at me like, what's going on? And I was like, I just thought of something and I'm not even finna roll with that. And they was like, so what are you thinking? And so I sang the little tune. I didn't have the words, but I had the tune. And they started bobbing their heads and they're like, keep going. And I'm like, you know, I was just repeating it at that point. I said, I don't know, I ain't got no words. And I just started cracking up again. And I said, you know, the last time I sang on a track for real was my first project when I did 1, 2, 3, 4. What happened was we ended up getting the melody and then filled in the words later is what kind of happened. And I just remember once the song was done, once I got the ad-libs done and, you know, we started tweaking and editing, I did have to use some auto-tune. I'm not even finna hold y'all. I can't sing at all, not even to save my life. But when it was done, I was just very like, this is dope, okay. Next track, Aaliyah. This one was very interesting to me. Also one of my favorite tracks. I actually was in the shower when I wrote this. It was a beat package that got sent to me. And I was just thankful I had a water resistant phone because I was listening to the beats while I was bathing and cleansing myself. I just heard the beat, and the beat title was called Leah, so I ran with that too. I ended up coming up with the whole song on the spot, like when I heard it. It was just like, I heard like a little guitar, and then as the beat brought in, I'm just pretty brown skin, something like a Leah, girl, I can't resist. And I kind of ran with it. Yeah, I was really sitting there and I was getting everything. I like recorded, I like was doing like voice recordings. I have my phone and then I had my iPad. And I was doing voice recordings and I would just sing, and then when I got stuck, I'd stop it, replay it, write down some lyrics, you know, make sure I heard what I heard. When I got dressed, I just threw some clothes on. That's the video that you see on my IG timeline. It was the video I sent to them. They was like, this is probably the dopest thing we've heard in a minute. We need you to get in the studio now. And so I got in, I got the beat set up. I told them, put this beat on, this is that. Like I said, it's one of my favorite songs on the track. On the project. Next track is Set the Mood. And before I get into Set the Mood, let's talk about how popular that song was. The first time I recorded it, that was the first time I ever started recording music in my bedroom. It was during the pandemic. It was in 2020. We had a microphone set and we had a laptop in the closet. And we kind of just ran with that. That's when I released that. I had released Bounce. I had released Drip Too Hard. First time I performed it was, somebody told me to perform it. It was probably like, it had been out for 2, maybe 3 years at that time. So I remember when I started it, my nerves was really, really bad because I was like, I gotta sing on stage for the first time. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go with this. Like, I don't know. I feel like I should be moving to this song. If y'all saw the video, that was my first time performing that song, where I ended up grinding on the floor and I did the whole little flip and did the you know, and it was just like, that song was super popular because of that. So after that, I was getting requests all over the place to perform that song. Last time I performed it was, we did this show in Portland called Meet the Plug, I think is what it was. And they ended up bringing out Mia Snow from, if you know Mia Snow, she's a super highly popular rapper based out of Florida. I just remember I gave Mia Snow a lap dance while I was performing the song. And everybody, including Mia, she was so in shock. Like the next day, they was on a tour and her manager was on IG Live, and I sat there and I said, in the comments, I said, tell Bay I miss her. And he turned around, he goes, King One said he missed you. She said, which one was that one? He said, that's the one that gave you a lap dance. She said, that's my baby boy right there. Mia, if you ever see this, I got round 2 for you, I got you. Nah, I'm just playing. But yeah, that song originally came out back in 2020, Back on Track. And I just remember the song got so popular and so anticipated. It's like, why is it not on streaming? Why can't I get this? Why I gotta go to YouTube? Why I gotta go to SoundCloud? And so it was just at that point where I was like, I need to re-record this. The way this project is going, it was the last song that I actually did. I ended up re-recording it and then putting it on the project. But yeah, that's my project. That's next. That's a track by track for y'all. Like I said, nothing was really like anticipated. Nothing was very calculated. Nothing was serious at all. Every single time we was in the studio for one of these songs, it was a hilarious moment. Like, we was laughing. The project itself means a lot to me just because everything flowed so fast. It was fun. It wasn't like I was at work. It wasn't like I was trying to, I like to say this a lot when it comes to this project. I was even saying this when things got shifted. I was like, it's not about creating a world. Now, one thing about me, I have different sides to me, right? So it's never about creating a character, but playing into what I guess society calls an alter ego. But it just wasn't that for this project for me. Everything was literally, it was Warren D. Goldsby right there. It wasn't King Warren. It wasn't The Big Stepper. It wasn't King. It wasn't none of that. It was just, let's just go have fun in the studio and let's just create something. That's it for me. I really hope you guys love this project and feel this project the way I love and feel it. I'm not good with outros on a video, as you can tell. Go check out my project, go listen to that music, and stay tuned because this is not gonna be the end for me. I love y'all.
Dripping sauce like teriyaki. I be stepping on the necks like they playing mariachi. You can put me on the screen cause I know they always watching. Making niggas start a podcast.